Sephiroth. 3, 2, 1, go!
And I thought he was going to get punished for it, but he was ahead of me, saw that he had the Arsene meter, and knew that he could get a little bit aggressive and just win out in the scrap right after that moment.
And so far, he's just racking up the percentage. He's at 84 and already dead.
That is a great extension down where he's got great aerials, and he knew that PointedRanger has slow recovery.
Yeah.
So just continuing to dive deep. PointedRanger's going to probably be recovering high for the foreseeable future here after those 2 deaths. They're so early.
And honestly, in this scenario, I don't know what Point can do. I just rely on the wing and try to come back. Maybe try to pressure him from shield, because I know Sephiroth has that big pokey sword that breaks some shields, but I mean, he's trying to go for it, but I don't think he's going to be able to get much because Cam is just being very patient and still racking up the damage. And so far, I've seen him doing nothing wrong. He's being very, very safe.
Yeah, PointedRanger's getting a little uncomfortable. Trying to throw some big hitboxes just to try and make some distance, but Cam's doing a great job of keeping away from them. See stuff like his projectiles just continuing to tick on damage. Still barely in recovery range, but Cam is just ready back here right off the rip. No stocks lost.
Yeah. That was a huge advantage coming from Cam, and I think him in advantage is going to be very difficult for PointedRanger to deal with, even with Wing. And then Big Brother at the top of it, Arsene, is also very hard to deal with.
Yeah, they got the same comeback mechanic, nearly. But a lot of sword, a lot of little dudes chucking stuff over the shoulder. Not extra dude, just the extra wing.
Yeah.
I don't know, a wing's sort of like a little friend.
A little friend, yeah.
Just if you look at it in a certain way, that's very liberal to me continuing on that with that.
Fair. I wonder what Cam's going to pick here. Oh, still Joker, but the stage-wise, I'm very curious of how PointedRanger is going to adapt.
Yeah, you see usually we love that Kirby, but the Kirby really only comes up if Cam's feeling really desperate, really isn't finding options, because on paper Joker just has way better ins on pretty much every matchup than Kirby. Kirby's funny in the Samus matchup, though.
Yeah. Kirby is one of those characters that is very weird, to say the least.
Absolutely. I mean, he's mostly just bad, honestly.
But getting into the match so far, PointedRanger had a good lead, but now Cam brought it back, and now he's trying to get him into a ledge scenario. Oh, but gets back from the up B. Octo Slash is one of those moves that is really hard to deal with when coming back.
Yeah, it just makes such a... you're stuck there for so long like the Spaceys are, but it's got a huge hitbox that can make it really hard to deal with it. And you'll see that be a problem. Like Cam just doesn't have the big hitbox on his back air from Arsene, so trying to go for that drop back air early, that this time actually ended up punishing him. And he's down on percentage off these last few encounters.
I think so far PointedRanger is spacing pretty well. I think he learned from last match. He was getting a little bit too close. Oh, but that was a good dare. And I think he's starting to realize that Cam is using most of his movement to try to get empty hop grabs and stuff.
Yeah, you look right there, especially in disadvantage. Cam is using his movement very early. Down gun for the arc and his jump were both off the table immediately. Playing a lot more scared, but a down tilt to get back in is pretty nice.
That was very tricky.
Barely hanging on. Okay, get a little more weight for
but
him.
the trade off the stock? I don't know if that was technical.
Nice. Yeah, I can't believe that Cam was able to find something out of there where PointedRanger clearly had dominance over him. Barely not killing with that back air. I'm sure he wished that just an extra couple percent was on so that Cam couldn't have found that chance for the double death.
Yeah. Now, what are your thoughts on this matchup in general? Because, I mean, I always thought...
My off-the-dome assessment, without any real experience on this matchup, is that movement does a lot to help with just getting around those big, slow hitboxes from Sephiroth. He tends to suffer from really fast characters like this, and, I mean, Joker has great ins, so he can play really patiently.
Ooh, but good tech.
And he's got a little easier access to range damage as well in neutral. So he's burning on more. Side B is really nice because this burn damage tacks up so quickly.
Yeah. Cam going off ledge. Couldn't get it. But, oh, but the down air coming from PointedRanger.
Yeah, Cam's gone for the off-ledge extension for a forward air back air every single time it's been offered up.
I'm definitely starting to think PointedRanger's catching on because this game is a lot more oh, but the grab. That is so unfortunate. I think his hitbox extended off the up air.
Okay, Cam's made his way back on stage. Loses side B. Here's his in once again on the down tilt. It's nice because it goes underneath a lot of Sephiroth's moves that aren't his real heavy punishes. Oh,
that was a weird interaction.
And the grab clanked and finished it off. Okay, PointedRanger's got the stage.
And I love the F tilt off ledge. He was just being very patient, waiting for the get up. And Scintilla's still activating.
Yeah, Cam got a little too antsy for his own good. Finds the grab just barely. They were inside of each other's hurt boxes. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Looking to stall that. Barely missing the grab. PointedRanger just gonna wish he had that one. Okay, gets back to the stage and has the one wing as well. Does a huge power boost, especially as Cam's starting to get hurt. But Arsene is online as well. Cam is at a match point right here for their first game of the round robin.
Goes
stage.
for the swing.
Ooh. Okay, shield pressure.
Oh,
the
that was
up
really
smash
close.
just barely missing his mark.
Now, in this scenario, you got to wonder what point. Oh my God! Gets the down air on the recovery. I was just about to say, you got to think about what PointedRanger's thinking about in that scenario because he is going to have a hard time getting away from that Arsene, but he didn't have to. He can just down air.
That's such a brilliant scrap there, where Cam almost takes the game and the set by countering a counter from behind, but didn't quite extend far enough to hit that hurt box that Sephiroth puts out. And good quick thinking from PointedRanger. Great way to seal a game.
Stop battle. Joker.
So I think my worst trait as a commentator is I never catch which stage they choose.
Yeah.
Like my brain starts paying attention to the game again as soon as we get to the character select screen. I never know what stage. Pokemon Stadium 2, that's where we're game 1. It's going to be quite a lot bigger than Small Battlefield where we just were and where we just saw that PointedRanger victory.
I definitely think this is going to be a little bit better for Sephiroth because he has the chance to recover a lot easier with his forward air. He can just stick it in the stage and he should be fine. But other than that, it's the shenanigans you can pull on PS2 as well from the side blast zones.
And yet this was Cam's choice, which is interesting. Not what I would have guessed between those, because I can't imagine PointedRanger's banning out Small Battlefield after just winning on it. And Cam gets to choose in the end. It is Band 3, Midwest Unified stage list.
Yeah.
I mean, and no DSR as well.
I mean, so far it doesn't look like the stage is having much of an effect on Cam. He's pretty much in the advantage right now.
Yeah, starting off aggressive again.
Yeah. In terms of him being aggressive, I love how but gets killed with the fair.
Reversal.
I was going to say, like, Cam, I really love his movement when he is being aggressive, but I think he might be being a little bit too telegraphed in his aggression now because Ranger's starting to catch on and punish him for it.
Yeah, it's actually what I feel with some of these counters that Cam is just not anticipating, walking right into the active hitbox on them. Barely dodges a dash attack. Not going to kill it 50%, but Sephiroth's dash attack is so heavy. It's going to be closer to killing than a lot of dash attacks would be in such a situation. Yeah. Nice, a little extra Arsene duration off that, but he also takes a little damage in account. Okay, in that counter play.
There's been a lot of counters thrown out this game, and I'm starting to think, when is the counter going to be punished from a very, very bad scenario?
Yeah, there's a lot of negative frames if you're not landing them. Now, we haven't seen huge punishes from whiffed counters yet.
Not at all.
Cam's taking a lot of percentage on the stock. That first early take from PointedRanger really doing a lot of work for him. He hung on to about like 180%, just to a point where Joker non-Arsene back air killed center stage on PS2. Like, that's how far ahead he was, that he was able to just keep racking up damage. Yeah.
I can definitely see in the long run, Cam is starting to struggle with those long hitboxes that Sephiroth has, and with the Nair as well. Like, it's a great get-off-me tool, but it's the only get-off-me tool that Sephiroth had. But
Yeah.
Ranger's using it so well, and he just keeps
Oh my.
going for that
Okay.
fair off stage, and he keeps getting it. Oh, but Cam might fire back. Oh, but the up B.
And not quite a kill at that point, but Cam getting into a more comfortable space. He needs to find the stock pretty fast, especially with PointedRanger finding the last couple at 80%. That's so darn early. Okay, the grab. Backdoor doesn't have an opportunity to kill. Cam wants to get aggressive again, but he's not going to put himself in that risky spot like he would in previous games. Finds his kill confirmed regardless and evens it up dead even in game 3.
And we even just talked about that counter scenario, like when is someone going to get punished majorly for a bad spot, and
There it
Ranger
is.
finally did.
Yeah.
And now it just comes down to the nitty-gritty, who wants it more, and it seems like Cam is still racking up the damage, trying to even get more.
Yep, happy to take his combo percentage right there. Once you get caught out above Joker on the platform, you're just locked in for another 25%. Nothing you can do about it.
That was weird.
All right, projectiles just flanking right there as we establish the neutral. Wings up, Cam taking some priority on the stage, backing up. He knows he's got plenty of space on small.
That was a great drag down.
Pokemon Stadium too. Exactly where he wants him. Lands the snipe. Okay, yeah, this is a more conservative play from Cam than we've been seeing throughout this last game, which is really working out well for him. He's taking on damage, almost going to have his own Arsene. If he takes another hit, there it is. All the kill potential for both players is up, but the percentage is so different at this point. Last stock played phenomenally by Cam, only racking up 32% since we hit that evening where they both were at 0% clean.
So far, that was a great game, and then Cam's moving on. I think he's going to do well in the next game, and in terms of the whole match in general, it seems like both of them were adapting and could get around each other. And I think the thing that nailed in the coffin is they finally started countering. Well, they're counter.
Yeah. And I think Cam, a huge thing for him, they're playing slower. And you think that in a matchup like this, that Sephiroth is going to be the one